Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your weekly astrology horoscope. I wanted to skip this week, but this is perhaps one of the most impactful weeks. As I record this right now, the sun is opposite my 23-degree moon where Pluto was on. So prayers, pray for your boy. I'm literally getting jumped by three gods on my soul. And pray for other Capricorn moons, and pray for Cancers, and pray for Libras and Aries, because this shit's real. A lot of everyone's getting affected by this, but certain people are getting affected directly by this, and it's one thing to view it, it's another thing to go through it. Anyway, other than that, this week we're gonna have the moon come into Gemini as we end the week off with the balsamic phase and second new moon in Cancer, but really preparing for this cycle in Leo. Get ready. So this is the boss battle. And I want to highlight the importance of the direct opposition of the sun through Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn, and how this is directly empowering you, okay? First thing I want to say is, if you are so focused on blaming the world's ills on global elites and billionaires, you have failed this lesson. Call out corruption. Call out falsities. I'm not telling people to stop calling people out, but if in your head you think that the reason why the world is as bad as it is because of just billionaires and global elites, you need to look in the mirror. There is not a single person in this world who is not partially to blame for what's going on. Okay, that doesn't make everyone bad, but we need to have a much more responsible dialogue instead of pointing fingers and blaming other people to be racist when they're not, or blaming other people to be greedy when that's not the full story. Now, it is a fact that global elites are doing some fucked up shit. It is a fact. But we have to remember that it doesn't stem from them. The real culprit, okay, Saturn does not fuck with you niggas. Pluto does not even like you niggas. And this is facts. Capricorns and Scorpios hate y'all. That's why they're not hermits. They have their own secret parties because they don't associate with you common folk. And that's not what I believe. I'm just saying I'm just telling you how they talk. Okay, Scorpio is a royal energy. Capricorn is top of the mountain. So I'm just letting you know. Okay, and that's why their planet rulers are behind a lot of the heinous shit happening. They don't fuck with people. There's a war against humanity. So when you see Uranus, the humanitarian, fighting for the people, really in Taurus, you need to study the stars. You need to study who, it's in your face, guys. You need to study who represents the stars. Jupiter is colluding with Pluto. It's colluding with Saturn. Who has a Uranus sun? Donald Trump. Who has a Jupiter sun? Kanye West. Who is ruled by Pluto? Bill Gates, Hillary Clinton. So one thing I want to mention first is the real culprit are higher celestial beings, okay? Ephesians 6:12. For our enemies are not flesh and blood, but principalities and spiritual forces of darkness in high places, okay? Whether the Bible is a credible source or not, I'm quoting that verse because it's the truth. And it's not the only manuscript that speaks on this truth. I just love that verse because it perfectly explains it. And I want to let you know that if you think that this reality around you is maybe like 25% agents for the dark side, and I'm using dark side as an analogy for the war against light and dark, and then 75% of people are normal, it's actually flipped. You have to understand the rarity of deciding to walk in integrity. It's very easy to be evil, all right? Broad is the path that leads to destruction. Narrow is the path that leads to victory. And I'm paraphrasing that. But you are the minority. If you actually decide to walk in integrity and live truth, you are the minority. Okay? So majority of people around you, more than 86% of the world population, okay, is either a willing participant and agent to delusion and deception, or they're unconscious of it, which is really no excuse, because you can only be unconscious to it if your lifestyle does not enable your consciousness, okay? So this isn't about being good or bad. That's why it's so hard for people to understand. You're like, well, this person does good stuff. My bad. I'm not trying to belittle anyone here. I'm just laughing more at the irony of this situation. Most of you that's why people who decide to go on this path instantly start to, experience the battle, okay? Because this is a war. This is not a war that started anytime soon. You have always been in war. It is the illusion of peace, it is the illusion of security, and it is illusions that have to reinforce in a governing system that everything is okay so that they can run your pockets, they can run your livelihood, they can put you in a box, they can tell you who you are. And when I say that they're coming for Aries, Leo, and Gemini, you need to pay attention. Once Aries is gone, the individual masculine element of being you, all right, and it's taken away, they killed Aries because now they just label you. You're this, you're anti-Semitic, you're racist, okay? You're narcissistic, you're a psychopath, you're robbing Aries the individuality of being them. Then they went for Gemini, where you're telling the truth or expressing ideas, and instead of furthering the conversation, you suppress it because real information will come out. And now the next one they're going after is Leo. Protect Leo at all costs. You motherfuckers come for Leo, it's over for you. I'm coming for y'all, okay? Leo is the courage of heart to even express this message. And so we're lacking in sincerity because people want to hide behind this veil of acting like they care about people's rights when you're just in your feelings. And you're using bullshit rhetoric to get away with silencing people, okay? So this week, we're going to have the exact opposition. This exact opposition is not coinciding with the completion of a lunar cycle, but it is making sure you are 100% aware of the power you possess and the special nature of who you are. I hope this week more than ever releases you from the need to care about other people's opinions, because as the moon comes into the balsamic phase, while we're dead in this opposition, this is going to transform forever your intrinsic value of yourself and change your mind about how you perceive the power you have because of cause-effect relationships that really enlighten you to this. So outside of that, I'm going to end this report here. The only message that I have is it's very important to draw the line, and it's very important to stand up for who you are. We're at war. And once you finish out of this week, get ready for victory. It's not going to be total victory, but it's going to be an initial victory that prepares you for the second boss battle. You are awakening superpowers. You are supernatural, and stop accepting this lie that you are limited by the laws of physics and whatever material theories that have limited you in your vessel. Continue to wake up, because life is a process of waking up to the greatness of who you are, and keep killing shit, okay? Stay blessed as always, and until next week.